Crikey, that time already. Doesn't the time fly? When you're waiting for a movement snack. North of England is in first. Hello everyone. How are you? Good, bad or ugly? Don't answer that. Hello, Italy, Portsmouth, Wales. Come on. Now the Olympics isn't happening, you can all come here instead, I reckon. So, crikey, I've just seen a little bit late, so we're already on a 3-minute countdown, I think, for some tomfoolery on April Fool's Day for the last final fling on movement snacking. I think I'm over-functioning a bit today. Good, thank you. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad to hear you're good and not bad or ugly. Good, bad or ugly. Yeah, Mum's in the back room tuning in. How do you feel after we did the progress check on sit to stand chair rise at lunchtime? So just to say, when you kind of string a few movements together requiring strength, you might feel a little bit of soreness in your muscles. That's okay, that's usual and all part of the getting stronger process. 30 seconds, is it? I keep looking up there, but I'm at a different angle, so I never quite know what the time is. Last 30 seconds, and then we're going to go. Just have a final glance at my technical and detailed script. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We're starting. Good afternoon, my name is Bex Townley. Still with Later Life Training and have been since we started this. Thanks for joining us. If you're new to this session, you may choose to just have a look to see what's going on today, or just join in with these movements when you feel you can. The aim of these sessions is to offer some suggestions to move more. When we talk about moving, it's to improve our mobility and our flexibility, some strength activities to help with everyday life and activity. So this final session today allows us to say that's 30 extra movement minutes in the bag, and we're in the business of accumulating these movement minutes over time. And at lunchtime, I think we coined a new catchphrase: accumulation is accumulating gain over time. Okay, so let's go. Pick your position in sit or in stand, and as always, I'm never ashamed to repeat or say the same stuff because it's important that we have consistent messages. Sit or stand, or switch between the two at any time. Don't wait for me to say. So pick your position now and we'll make a start. If your start position is stand, have some support close to hand, preferably something that's the right height for you, so not too low, otherwise this will have an adverse effect on the upright posture we're trying to promote. Get your balance, stand tall, and then when you're ready, just start that circulation boost. So we start every session with a minute and a bit of boosting the circulation, which just involves moving the legs to pump, redistribute blood, and get the circulation system activated, ready for this session. If you're happy without support, just bring in a relaxed arm and just be aware that you are standing a little bit taller than you normally do. Keep going with that, please. If your start position today is in seated, and if you haven't already, hip walk forward away from the back of the chair. This allows us to sit more freely and really optimise the movement. And we can start with the circulation boost here, as always, driving from the legs, really looking to articulate the ankles and the feet. This is how we optimise movement. We're looking to avoid stampy feet, but really using the ankles. It's the ankles and the feet that almost lift the legs. Release the arms, just allow them to do their thing. Coordinating arms and legs. If that's a challenge for you for whatever reason, or you just get a bit mixed up when arms and legs move together, quite often we can put the hands together to add a little bit of guidance. Also gives us a bit more range of movement, and when you're ready, bring in the legs. But it doesn't matter if you do one or t'other, just bring it together when you're ready. Continue with that. Continue to think about a lifted open posture, whether you're in sit or stand. This circulation boost serves to just do exactly that, so that when we stop and pause, maybe we want to take a deep breath like so, but we shouldn't be overly out of breath. At any time, if you feel getting out of breath with these circulation boosters, we just make the movement smaller or slow the pace. Okay. I'd like to do a little bit of ankle mobility and a bit of shoulder before we prepare for the main part of the activity snack today. So in sit or stand, you can start to bring in your shoulder roll movement here, up, back and down. Take your time on this, keep the head steady, just focus on lifting, press back and release, and just switch off after each one if you want. You may want to take a little pit stop for the posture. Go in again. Feel how that is for you. Hands to thighs here if you want to, or just release down to the side. My top tip today for this movement, finish off the job and make sure you release all the way down before you go again. Okay, same in standing. If you prefer, for whatever reason, you may just want to take a raise and a lower. But the same applies. Make sure you finish off the job all the way down before you do the next one. 1 time, 3 times, or 5 times. Just one more mobility from our morning routine to prepare us for the main part of this activity snack. A little bit of ankle mobility in the chair here, or remember there's another alternative here, but it's a very definite point and flex. Okay, this is the real focus of the movement, and if you're in standing and you're confident, you can translate that movement into a forward step. Can you see? So here's the heel down and my heel comes up behind. So we can just translate that mobility into a guided, controlled, purposeful step. Really step into that and lift tall. So we're exaggerating the ankle movement and bringing that into something more functional. Okay. Before we do our top to bottom flexibility stretches, let's just do a little bit of these 3-dimensional movements where we have lots of body parts moving at the same time. Stand and sit option as always. Anything that moves us slowly or asks us to do lots of things at once is probably going to challenge our balance in standing to a greater or lesser degree. So have a look at what I'm doing first, and then choose and decide what's going to be right for you today. If you're seated, if this is your start point, no problem. Your starting movement, please, is the arms slow raise and lower. You might want to start with alternating arms and just kind of feel how you can lengthen whilst control. And remember, we're after the wrist movements as well. In stand, the same. We can take one or the other, or you might just want to have your hips close to some support, just to give you a little bit more confidence, and that may free up the arms. So I'm just resting on this side here. I'm not leaning, I'm just resting, freely resting, and it enables me to really lift and open. But if you prefer, use the support a little bit more comprehensively. In stand, here's the things we can add if you would like. Knee bend. Bend, stand all the way up. With the arms, this looks like, so you can see here, there and there. And it's almost as if, can you see the feeling as if that I'm pushing myself to stand, really extending through that posture. In the chair, I just want you to focus, please, on this arm action, because now we're going to add the head movement. This is a slow head turn, pausing in the centre, and the challenge is to keep all these things moving at once. In stand, it's the head turn. You might want to leave a fingertip behind on this one. And at any time, there's a lot going on there, that's quite challenging. If something goes wrong or something stops moving, you just stop, have a pause, and set it up again. So we have this with the movement, with the head. Okay, that's our three-dimensional movements. Let's get some stretches done. Chest stretch. Here is the chest stretch in seated. Feet flat on the floor. Just slide one hand behind. Might be more comfortable if you take the knuckles round first, then the other. And here is the stretch position. There, open. Now, if you have some restriction in your shoulder, and that's restricting that open movement, just leave your hands behind and just focus on pressing the sternum forward, squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening the chest. Little hold, 5, 8, 12 seconds, and then release. In stand, it's the same. Again, we have the support option if you need. There's the stretch or two hands. If you want to progress that, we can reach away also. Main thing for these stretches, move in and out of these positions with control and slowly. No momentum, no impetus. How far can you go whilst being in control, and then hold the position, and then really slow out as well. As always, little pause after each one, prepare for the next movement. We're going to go straight into back of thigh stretch, please. In the chair position, in fact, everyone in seated for this one, unless you're confident that you know the standing alternative. I'm not going to cover the standing alternative, but if you know it, for sure, continue. So we have an extended leg position, an upright posture. Just pause here for a moment and think, can I feel the stretch? Have I got it? By that I mean, do you have this feeling of mild tension on the back of the thigh? You might want to adjust yourself in the chair a little bit, relax the foot, and we've been talking about unlocking this knee. Take it off the lock. If you have got the stretch, you're in the right place. Hold this position, 8, 12, maybe 20 seconds. If you feel you can, increase the stretch. We just hinge the chest forwards like so. Again, slow, 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 and start to feel. And then when you start to feel it, you hold. So this is the key difference between mobility and stretch. Mobility moves. It moves from side to side or in and out. A stretch moves into position and then maintains that position for a short period of time, so the muscle is stretching. Slowly return, come back out, change legs. Now hopefully you can feel, just go into position while I'm chatting, relax the foot. Hopefully you can feel the benefits of this, because this is everything about being able to tend to things going on at foot and lower level. So this is shoes, this is painting your toenails, this is getting your socks on, for example. And it's also part of functional reach as well. So, and stride down. Too much stuff. It affects our stride, it affects our ability to take stairs, getting in and out of chairs. It's universal. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? If you can't feel it, don't hoodwink me. If you can't feel it, have a go at feeling what needs to happen around this position. Slowly release. I believe you. I think you can feel it, and relax. All right, let's just take a calf stretch. In standing, it looks like this. Ball of the foot through to the floor, press it down, and there's your hip flexor stretch, the front of the hip as well. So back heel is down. If you can't feel the stretch on the back of the lower leg, ease out and take a little step back and go back in. Little bend on the front leg here. If you're feeling really good there, you could add in an upward side. There, just for a moment, and then come back out. Remember, as the arm goes up, this upward side is slightly forward. Just be aware as that arm comes up, you're going to get a big old stretch all the way down here. So slow, 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 please. In seated, your calf stretch. Don't forget to do both legs in standing. Is here, have a look at the foot and ease the toe back. Ease the toe back and press the heel forward. Kind of this action here. Hold it here. You should feel a stretch on the back of the lower leg, perhaps behind the knee as well. Release the foot slowly and come back in. Same on the other leg. In seated, we just focus on the calf stretch separately. If you need to release and go in and out of that stretch, you might feel that it feels quite hard on the front of the shin in terms of effort. That's okay, that's usual. Release the feet, and then just as the finale in seated, let's just bend the arm and then reach slightly forward, reach, squeeze out and then come straight back down. Slowly into position, and if reaching this upward position isn't right for you, then just try to extend and reach to the front like so, or we can just lift the shoulder, lift out of here and lift out of here. That's it. Movement snack. Done. 10 minutes. That's 30 minutes today if you've been with us. Thanks for all of you that are telling me that I've missed you today, but I have caught up. You don't have to tell me that, but I love that you do. And I read all of the comments, and keep telling us what you're getting from this and why you're here. Really insightful and really help for us to know this stuff. Thank you very much, folks. I will see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Or if you're watching up later, hello, welcome. It's all a bit back to front. Okay, good. Thanks very much. Bye for now. See you tomorrow. Keep on moving. Every movement counts. You know it makes sense.